Florida, Mr. DeSantis is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Horowitz, with the Wiener laptop issue, I think that you had said Peter Strzok's explanation for his conduct was not really persuasive.
Correct.
And so it would be reasonable for somebody to infer that his actions, at least with the Wiener thing, were motivated by his bias?
And that was precisely our concern.
Okay. July 31st, Strzok, this same Strzok, that's bias affects how he's handling the Wiener laptop, opens up a counterintelligence investigation against Trump's campaign. Why? We're trying to get the reason. Some guy made a comment in a bar, so he opens up an investigation. 8th of August, he's asked, Trump can't be president, right? Right? No, he can't. We'll stop it. Why was that text message not originally produced to you? What did the FBI tell you?
So what appears happened is that its collection mechanism, the program it used, was not collecting all the text messages.
But you had every other text message from that day, correct?
Actually, I don't know the answer to that. I thought I did, but I'm not sure.
So when you guys went back recently and got this damning one, was that the only one from that day that you found that was new?
I'd have to go check, but there was at least one other. Actually, there were several others, but at least one other relevant to our review that we had not seen before that we found as we went back through it.
And that was, so is their explanation that it was not human agency, that it was some type of glitch?
Right.
Okay. Well, look, this is the most damning one of all.
Correct.
I guess theoretically possible it could be the glitch. I need an explanation for that. Now, the 16th of August, the infamous insurance policy text message. They have a scenario thrown out in Andrew McCabe's office that Trump can't win. Strzok says, no, we can't take that risk. We need an insurance policy. Their explanation that, oh, we don't really know, we don't really remember the meeting. I mean, was it persuasive or credible how they explained that text message?
It wasn't persuasive to us.
It was. Totally not at all. And so here's the thing that I get with the insurance policy. If the investigation was validly predicated into Trump's campaign, who the hell cares whether he was going to win or not? If it's an investigation, you should want to do it. This tells me that they're saying, well, heck, the guy may win, then we have to do this. Peter Strzok, the same guy, said, we'll stop him, who opened this up on the 31st of July based off some errant comment in the bar. This stinks to high heaven. Let me ask you this. The 3 other FBI agents who you're not naming, you said because they're involved in counterintelligence, correct?
Not me. The FBI has asked.
Well, why did we get Peter Strzok's name, though? That's what I don't understand.
Well, so what we do is when we prepared the report, we do an analysis under the Privacy Act federal law, and our determination was that because of the level he was at the agency, Deputy Assistant Director, the Privacy Act balance weighed against him, and we would make it public. As to the others, they're lower down.
Okay. Now,
the balance went the other way.
2 of the 3 had worked for Mueller. Is that
That's my understanding.
Do they still work for Mueller?
That's my understanding is no.
Okay, so they both did they get removed because of bias?
I believe at least one of them, and I can double check this, was removed after we alerted again the special counsel to the text messages. It may have been both of them, but I think it was one.
Is it fair to say that your investigation identified a culture of leaking in the FBI?
That's precisely what we say here and is a very big concern.
Okay. Let me ask you about the Clinton-Lynch tarmac meeting. Was there is that plane monitored in any way, either audio or visual monitoring Lynch's plane?
I don't believe there's audio monitoring.
So you were never given any type of document that memorialized any conversation between the two?
No, not at all.
Okay. And what was your report's view of Lynch's explanation for the meeting? I know it was about a 20-minute meeting. She said it was about grandkids. Yeah. Could you fill up? I don't think she has grandkids. So what did you think? How did you guys view that?
We laid out there what the explanation was from former Attorney General Lynch, President Clinton. That was the sum total of the evidence that we had. And they both explained, and we detail here what they said occurred during the meeting. And that is the basis for our evidence at this point.
Comey in his statements to you guys said that there was, they were grappling with the Hillary stuff. There's no evidence of willfulness. But was there any doubt that Hillary intended to create a separate server? I mean, that was done willfully, correct?
Yeah, that was never the question.
Okay, so the question is, if you take a willful action and there are certain consequences that are reasonably foreseeable. I mean, there's certainly aspects of the law where you would be held liable for that. So you're setting up a parallel system, knowing you're going to conduct the main business of Secretary of State, one of the most sensitive positions in our government. The idea that Comey's acting like, oh, there was just no willfulness here, I didn't really find his explanation credible. I know you guys have looked at it, but I just wanted to put that on the record. I'm out of time.